Busy morning. One viewer and one like already. It's a great start. This thing kind of sucks. So how are people doing this Sunday? I am doing all right. I got like 3 hours of sleep last night, and I'm running on hopes and dreams. How about yourself? Let's see here. On a Sunday? Damn. I hate working on weekends. Helps you afford the toys, though. I mean, seriously, how else are you supposed to afford a YouTube channel? Just be glad the channel isn't based around guns or cars. Because holy crap, both of those are expensive. Getting there. I mostly go for budget stuff, but here in the next month or two, I need to figure out how to make about $200. Exactly. Dude, new knives is kind of easy. It takes a little bit of money, but new guns, holy crap. Or new car parts constantly. I mean, cars, you have a little bit more options. You can go and make roller videos and stuff like that, but gun channels are just insane. Although I wouldn't mind having a fully functional gun channel if YouTube didn't hate them. I can't read Russian. I should learn that one of these days. A decent amount of my followers are from Russia, too. Last time I checked, like 10% of the people that watch my videos are from Russia. And that's a decent chunk. Means about 4,000 of the last 40,000 people that watch my videos are from Russia. I mean, it's not surprising that people from Russia like knives too. A lot of my followers are from Turkey. Yeah, that's a lot of people. Could be a better sharpener than me. Doesn't really bother me. And probably could beat me in an arm wrestle too. I'm not very good at either of those things. So, oh, that explains everything. You guys aren't seeing shit. There we go. That looks a lot better. So I think I'm going to set up my computer to run YouTube in the background. I'm really struggling with watch hours right now. And as much as I'd rather do that naturally, it's hard to afford the channel on a fixed income. And I might not have brought this up. I may suck at sharpening, but I can get an edge that cuts cleanly through paper, nice and smooth and quiet. Yeah, it's an old Gerber. Back when they used to make good stuff. Last time I checked, what I'm at about, I'm probably at about 1,300. Yesterday's live got me about 46 watch hours. I need 1,700 more. Not a whole lot, Ziggy. How about yourself? Yeah, they used to make good stuff. They don't anymore, but like this is a quality knife. Yep, Gerber right there. Made in Portland, Oregon. It's comfortable too for how old it is. This was made in the 80s to 90s, which isn't all that old, but yeah, they used to make quality items like this, and they don't do that anymore. I mean, the steel isn't the best, but even then, it's comfortable and easy to sharpen, so most people won't complain. This is also a Gerber. They still make these. It blows my mind that they make such a cheap model here in the US. Yet some of their more expensive models are made in China. What are we doing today? Never really start these lives with a plan. I kind of just start them and then do whatever I do. Nice and sharp. I need to check my email. The person that won the giveaway yesterday emailed me and left out one of the things that they need to send me. Just to make sure that it's them anyway. I can't get this thing sharp. It's too rounded. It's not going to work. Not with this stone anyway. I need a lower grit stone to do anything on this thing. So that's unfortunate. Oh, I need to stop hesitating and just put stuff up for sale. If I sold that pair of 3, that would set me almost right at where I need for, nope, not anytime soon. But yeah, if I sold that pair of 3, I'd be right under where I need to get that Grail knife I've been looking at. I do like the floating hands deal. I can't tell you how hard it is to make a video with a knife that has a mirror finish without showing my face. Like this one right here, I've had trouble with doing that because it is really shiny and it reflects everything. So I gotta have it facing a certain direction or else it reflects right back at me. Something's loose. The scale's loose. I have a strong feeling I will lose about 30% of my subscribers. I did see that. MagnaCut, the listing on their website's wrong. It says it's 90 ounces. I think it's 9 ounces, but oh, I haven't heard about that. That's what you get for not carrying things right. God. Yeah, they just came out with the fixed blade. It's the 007 batch. We'll see you later, KT. And thanks for the follow on Instagram. I did see that. Oh, you'd be surprised. The amount of people that leave when people do face reveals, not interested. So I gotta hit up Jin and tell them that I'm having trouble with this knife now. I do enjoy carrying this thing. I think it might be user error. Yeah, I've noticed that a few people that I talk to on a regular basis aren't subscribed. And I've also noticed that in the last month, I've lost like 5 subscribers. And I don't think there's anything I did to piss somebody off, but I have a feeling that YouTube is unsubscribing people. And I know they do that. But it also could have been that 2 people unsubscribed right after the live stream yesterday. And I have a feeling that they only subscribed to win the giveaway, and then that was it. Then they unsubscribed and left. Instagram sucks. They throttle our stuff, so it sucks, dude. And how you doing, Fortnite player? I do wonder. I looked into that fixed blade. It popped up on Instagram as an ad, and I'm like, well, damn, they're starting to come out with new shit. The problem I've come across is it's like $300, and it doesn't look like something I'd carry anyway. Adding into the fact that it's a fixed blade, and I don't wear pants that need a belt, so I don't wear a belt. It's kind of pointless for me to get one when I can't carry it. Don't tell them I'm hot. You're not supposed to tell them that. Heh, you're broke. I'm one to laugh. Oh, so what's that? 2 Chris Reeve now? Wait, you've got the. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Oh, so you don't have the Omniums on anymore, huh? Didn't know you got rid of that. So I'm going to reach out to Jin and see if they'll send me a captain kit for myself instead for the giveaway. I'm needing a little bit of time to save up for things, especially since I don't know how much the shipping is going to cost for that giveaway. I need to find a box that'll fit everything. So I might just have a box right here. But after that, I'm saving up strictly for the Grail knife, and then after the Grail knife's bought, everything will go back to normal. It's just a lot of freaking money, and saving money on small things like not driving as much. Yeah, I can say what Grail knife it is. It's a Sandrin Torino. I need to just stop hesitating and stick this thing on eBay. I always suck at this because I hesitate and procrastinate for way too long. And then things go wrong, and yeah. So maybe I need to work on that. This thing's going up on eBay. I doubt anybody in the comments here can afford it, but it's going to be for 80. On Monday, I'm also figuring out how much shipping is going to be for the padded envelopes I just got. They are priority mail padded envelopes. I'm expecting them to be about $5 instead of 10, which is a huge savings. And the best part is those envelopes are free and they'll ship them to your house. So that right there is a win. But we'll see. Let's take out all the Grail knives. I haven't shown them off in a little while. Yep, it is pricey, sitting at 300 minus shipping. But the best part is when I get one, I can start doing restorations and actually just carry that because I want to. Because when I do the restorations, I get a video out of it, and I don't need to carry a specific knife for a week. I can carry whatever I want. And that's huge to me because there are some of those knives that I just really want to carry, and I'm not able to because I'm sitting there carrying something else. I haven't seen the 006. Oh no, this thing ain't going anywhere. It's a 1 in 1,000. I would feel terrible getting rid of that thing. It's the only rare knife I have. Let's put it that way. This one's not up for sale either. These three aren't. I've never heard of that one. I might sell my American Lawman. Probably sell it for like 60. That's a ridiculously good deal. These things go for 122, selling it for half price. It is in S35 VN, so it's not sharp though. I will keep that in mind. I can sharpen it, but I'm not going to be using a stone to do it. It is not a stone friendly knife because it's super thick. So they're all custom then. I enjoyed carrying this thing. I still need to do the video on it. It's a good knife. It also helped me with one of my designs that I'm working with Knives I Guess on. Because this one has internal pins. I don't think I've ever taken it apart. And they recommend that you don't. Though it doesn't void anything. I haven't seen that one. It's kind of hard to see everything. I also reached out to Monster. They make some nice looking stuff. I was hoping to get an Aurora raise, but they have put me on a waiting list for possibly being sent something. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if they looked over my accounts or something. Probably not, but I guess we'll see. I'm also curious about their heritage because, according to everybody else, they did OEM work for other companies, but nobody says who they did OEM work for. Genuinely curious about that because that's an important thing. If you've done OEM work that I may have seen, that's something I'd want to show off. I'm not gonna. It's something to be proud of, you know. If you did good work, but nowhere on their website does it say who they did OEM work for. Which is a little bit disappointing. Where they do manufacture work for other companies. Like how Metal Complex had his knife made by QB. QB is the OEM for his knife. Yep, it's just when other companies make knives for people. Like, nope, I don't. It is a tank, dude. It's freaking thick. That blade thickness is huge. And let's compare it to the one that I'm carrying today. It's like a third thicker than this piece of trash. So it's this thick of S35VN in a hollow. Yes, a hollow ground. The thickest knife I have isn't a folding knife. It is my Rat 5. And we'll compare it to the American Lawman real quick. Not even close. Not even close. This thing's thick. Yeah, like 4.5 inches of 1095. That is like 3/16 of an inch thick. Well, how are you doing, Pirate? I'm always glad to see new faces in here. It's a pretty quiet stream today. Normally we have about 20 people in here. Let's see here. Yep, we are sitting at 9 today. Oh no, I dropped it. This is probably also going to get sold. It's a great knife. I just... It's going for a ridiculously good deal, though. I think we're just going to show off the nice knives, because that's what people seem to like looking at. Yeah, the part that sucks is you never really know what you want. I do not think I have any Indian knives, no. I wouldn't mind having some knives from more countries. I've got one from Italy, America, Taiwan, and another American one. Yeah, that one is Taiwan. Do I have any from any other countries? I don't think I do. I think all the rest are just China and American. Good point. German. I do have a German made knife. At least I think it was made in Germany. A classic. The Kalashnikov. If these weren't against TOS to put on eBay, this thing would be on eBay already. It's a great knife. It's just the wrong blade shape. I stick more to folding knives. I only have one fixed blade that's worth a crap. And I just showed it. It's the Rat 5. But yeah, that thing whoever said it earlier, this thing is an absolute tank. It is a beast. I think you can get them as flippers. They make flipper versions of this. I think the nicest stuff coming out of China right now is, I don't know if Riot has anything new coming out. I haven't gotten a hold of anything from Rosecraft. They're a busy company, and I can't afford the stuff that they're putting out there. I have other things I'm saving up for. Sure, everybody's heard this sound a few times. QSP does make really nice stuff. One of my favorite companies is QSP. Unfortunately, when I reached out to them to see if they wanted to do something with me, they never got back to me. I don't know if I'd risk it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a few apart, learning how they work. But yeah, QSP makes some really good stuff right here. For a reasonable price, too. That's the best part. They make good stuff for a reasonable price. And that's kind of hard to find right now. Oh, and for the people who picked this week's carry, it sucks just as much as you think it does. Maybe more. It's really bad. Anyway, I had a design that somebody, Mad Yako, helped me name called the Goal. And since QSP does a lot of knives that have names based off of birds, I kind of figured maybe they'd be interested. But so far, it doesn't seem like they're interested because they haven't gotten back to me yet. I've noticed the difference between me and a lot of other guys is I don't reach out more than once most of the time. This one's going up for sale. I'm selling a lot of stuff to afford one knife. It's ridiculous. But I'm selling the Delica. Never carried it. Not my thing. Well, it is my thing, but it has the wrong scales. So I think I'm just gonna sell it for like 60 or something. But I have a guy in mind because he offered to buy the scales specifically from me. And I'd rather just sell the whole knife. He's a guy on Reddit, so we'll see how that goes. I think this is going up for sale too. It's a non-locking knife. I know it's not going to sell well, so I'm just going to stick it up for like $10 or something. Probably 15, but 15 plus 5 in shipping. A lot of people can afford that. But yeah, I just want that Grail knife. And I'm apparently willing to do quite a bit to get it. How are you doing? Did you ever end up sending me that? So the second screenshot I needed from you was a screenshot of your YouTube channel page. So I'll need that before I ship anything out. Auto knives aren't really my thing. However, I have had good good experiences with Hogue. The EXA01 is pretty good. It's aluminum scales, and I don't like most aluminum scales because they feel kind of cheap. But these guys have some great customer service. And I didn't know that you could buy spare pocket clips from Blade HQ until after I looked into it a little further. They just sent me a free one because I snapped it. Great knife. 154 cm, I think. Yep. Another great series I've had good luck with is the Launch series. Launch series was pretty good. Um, I think other than the Kalashnikov, those are my only autos right now. I sold a lot of my stuff recently. Had to afford truck insurance, so spendy. I also do have one of these that's going for sale, or that is for sale. But I'm a what is it? I'm a middleman on that one. I can sell it for like 1 to 30 or something plus shipping. Okay. I'll check that later. I don't have the business email on my second phone, so I'll look into that. But yeah, congratulations on your win. And considering there's two knives in there, each of you get one, I guess. It's up to you guys who gets what, but and a good jump start on a collection of silver too. 1 gram isn't a bad deal. And actually, yeah, there's two knives. One of the knives is this one. And then the other knife is in a box. It hasn't been opened or anything yet. It's a knife kit. You put it together yourself. There's instructions in there. If you're good at laughing at yourself, then don't follow the instructions. If you'd rather put it together properly, then follow the instructions. The launch one, it's in CPM 154. Yep. I've never really had, I don't have any Benchmades. I just know that they're out of my tax bracket, which is why I don't have any. Yep, that's what I did. I've got a video of me putting this thing together, and I had a great time laughing at myself because it's actually a little bit confusing how to put it together. It's like a 20-minute video of me screwing up. It's great. Absolutely great. And it's got like 100 something views or something like that. I put it together like in the middle of the night. I was tired as fuck and just bored. So I put it together. And I do appreciate them sending that thing out as well. Oh, yeah. Kershaw's launch series should be part of ZT because they are a little more spendy. They do make good knives, though. The S30V would probably be a bit better step, but 154 cm holds an edge quite well. It's impact resistant enough for me to care about it, as well as stain resistant enough for me to care. Overall, it's a great steel. But yeah, it's a 20-minute video of me putting this thing together. Since then, I have had to tighten it up twice. Dude, M4, I have yet to get my hands on that stuff. But edge retention on that stuff is supposed to be insane for the price point. The only downside is it's not stainless, and that's not something I really care about. So, should work out just fine. It would be awesome if it did a patina the way that carbon steels do, but I don't know if it does. I'd love to have those red, blue, pink, and greens on the blade that just naturally happen from oil on your hands. But yeah, if you look up, so the second knife that you guys won, by the way, if you go onto Amazon and you look up Gin Captain, that's what you won. It's black G10 scales with a satin blade. I'm not going to open the box because it's not mine, but that's what you guys won. D2 blade steel. Overall, a great knife. Everybody that's done a review on it enjoys it, and it has decent edge retention. Pretty good for D2 as well. So, pretty good win right there. Yeah, I need to ask them to send me one because everybody seems to love that knife, and I'm too timid to ask people for things, so I kind of just sit there with all the shit that I buy instead of asking a company who already supports me if I can get something from them. No clue why I do that. I just sit there and I don't even ask. It's just, yeah. And the raw aluminum knives from Kershaw look really good. The only downside of stuff like that is aluminum turns your hands black. So that kind of sucks, but the launch series looks pretty good, and the live wire looks really good. Here, not too long ago, they had a deal at Bimart where you could get a launch or a live wire for 180 when they regularly go for like 230. That was a ridiculous deal. I don't think I've seen the Launch 20. They come out with so many new Launch Series knives every year now that you can't really keep up with them anymore. It used to be like one or two every year, but now they've come up with so many of them that I don't know which one's which anymore. And I know which one the 13 is because it was like the most awesome looking one back before I started really understanding the use of blade shapes like that. But with the fact that I never really cut cardboard, it wouldn't be very useful for me. Not to mention, if you're out in public, it looks really weird to pull that thing out. Not that I give a shit what other people think in public, but it may scare some people. It's also a little bit out of my price range. And then there's the Launch 8, I believe, that looks like a stiletto. I think the best one in the Launch series is the Launch 15. I think it was their first Launch series that came with MagnaCut. Um, yeah, I don't know. The Launch 4 is cute. It really is. That's actually really good deals. What's the Launch 16 and the Launch 20 in? What steel? Or did you say that already? And yeah, I can't afford a mini Adamas or anything like that, but that would be my knife from Benchmade if I got to pick one. I'd probably go with M4 on the Launch 20. Yep, great steel. Now let's see, we got about. Yeah, I wouldn't pick MagnaCut out of the. If I had the choice between M4 and MagnaCut, I would. I would go with M4. I don't need the stainless stuff here where I'm at. There's not a lot of humidity, and it's not a very salty area either. I haven't seen what either of them look like either, so. Yep, I would recommend the Hogue Deca. And the reason I recommend that is their customer service is great. The amount of time it took to get a new pocket clip for this thing was about a week, and they didn't charge me anything. I really do appreciate them doing that for me. It's a big deal. The white knife is the Gin Vaquero. Box cutters are useful. I just prefer knowing that my knives are sharp because I sharpened them, not because I swapped out a blade. So yeah, Gin makes this too. I've had bad experiences with Kershaw specifically because they don't send you an email back. Well, they haven't to me. Yeah, it's a decent knife. I enjoyed carrying it. I carried it last week. for a fidget knife. They are $43 on Amazon. I got a link on my on one of my videos. It's not a affiliate link or anything. It's just a link to it. I think the good-looking ugly knives are Spyderco, but they are so overpriced for what you get. I haven't dealt with them for customer service yet, though. If they have as good a customer service as Blade HQ does, which I hope every knife company does, I don't trust the 320. After that fiasco that they had with it going off out of nowhere, I don't want to touch them. I'd be happy with the 226, but the 320 has had a rough existence. And yeah, no problem. If you find anything else on the table that you might like, feel free to ask about it, and I'll tell you roughly how much they are and where you can get them. Well, if you haven't needed to, then that's a good thing. What should we do now? Probably put these away. Oh, that one as well. Yeah, that's not too hard to work with, though. I mean, what kind of environment are you dealing with it in, though? Because I think I've seen those. Surprisingly, the Milwaukee knives aren't even that bad. I'm sure you can get stainless mag releases if you want to. Yeah, the Milwaukee series stuff, the Fastback series, is far from the worst knives I've ever owned. Far from the worst knives. And we'll bring out the worst ones I've ever owned real quick because we're talking about them. Let go of my finger, you piece of shit. Let's see, the worst knives I've ever owned. Hmm. It went all right. The person with the pink D on their name won, so they're sticking around. It's nice to see. I Yeah, those fastback deals are just insane, honestly. So these are the worst knives I own out on the table. And this one up here isn't really bad, it's just I don't enjoy carrying on it. Or carrying it. Oh, it'll show up. I haven't shipped it out yet because I already showed you them earlier today, but yeah. Anyway. Oh no, he's giving me guff. Let's see. This one I don't enjoy because the blade folded over when I was cutting cardboard with it. I've got 10 of these. It was like 11 bucks for 10 of them. It's my cheapest knife. And that's the one that wouldn't let go of my finger earlier. Damn. And the only reason I won't get rid of this thing is because this is what started my channel. So yeah, when something pisses you off so much that you start a whole YouTube channel just to shit talk it, that's how you know it's bad. Dang, everybody left. Oh well. We got 3 people in here. We just had 12. Damn. Guess I'm boring. Imagine that. But yeah, the 5 worst knives that I own are these ones. And I already explained why this one sucks. The edge folded over when I was cutting cardboard. The downside about the O-Tackle is that they use proprietary blades. So you can't just grab any razor blade off the shelf. You have to use theirs. I do own one of those. I bought the carbon fiber one. It's the first piece of carbon fiber I ever owned. And it is somewhere in the house, I just don't know where. This one sucks because it just sucks. Well, you have fun with that. I'll probably go on to sharpening something here pretty soon. There's a few of my knives that aren't quite as sharp as I want them to be. So this is the Gerber Fast Draw using mystery steel. I didn't see the donut one, but I bought them as soon as they came out, so I don't think that they had those ones. Anyway, this one sucks because it's mystery steel and couldn't stay sharp worth crap. So this is the Minimal X. It's in decent steel. I'll explain this one in a bit. This one sucks because it's cheap. It's just a pile of crap. This one's a $4 knife from Walmart. I hated carrying it because It just sucks overall. And then the Minimal X is the most expensive one on the table, sitting at like $60. It's a freaking rectangle. It's not comfortable to carry. It's not comfortable to hold. And the access to the lock bar sucks because there's no cutout right here for you to put your thumb there. The blade shape, you're never going to get the front of that thing sharp. All by yourself? No. It's a terrible design idea, and the fact that it got released blows my mind. But it's in 12C27, and that doesn't suck. Dude, it's a freaking rectangle. I mean, how much more rectangular than this do you get? No lock bar cutout. No, there's no feature, no creature comforts on this thing. It's just a freaking rectangle with a blade. Ooh, it has a little bit of jimping right here and a little bit of jimping right here. It does look kind of like a lighter. And I've seen a few of D-Rocket's designs that don't suck, but this one, oh, this is a cast-in design. Ooh boy, I've been shitting on D-Rocket for a little bit. Okay. If it's not D-Rocket, then I am sorry for talking shit about you guys. But whoever decided this was a good idea, you're wrong. It was a bad idea. A really bad idea. I can't believe that thing sold. I can't believe I bought it. So here's what happened, right? I'm at Sportsman's Warehouse. I ask if they have. Well, yeah, the blade shape's interesting, but how are you going to get up here sharp? Because this is sharp up here. I don't know how sharp. We'll find that out. It's sharp. But how are you going to sharpen that on a stone? You can't easily hold that edge or that angle. It's not a friendly angle. The fullers are useless. It's absolutely pointless. This huge fuller right here just makes it more expensive. There's no other reason. Sure, it removes a little bit of weight. I don't care about the weight. I care about it costing an extra $5 because you guys decided to put a 2x72 belt grinder through it. Or belt sander. Really, really bad idea. But it's released. And they're still selling it, so what do you do? Anyway, I think I've done enough ranting on that thing for today. I'm sure that got a few people to join because somebody's sitting here bitching about something and people enjoy watching that. Woohoo. Go ahead and put all these away. I think this thing's bad enough to where I wouldn't even give it away in a giveaway. Yeah, it would have. That's the biggest problem with this knife. The second biggest problem is sharpening the front of it, but the biggest problem is no lock bar access. Now let's see. I am kind of glad that nobody found my my old YouTube channel. That would kind of suck because I really don't want to give away my Leatherman Wave Plus. No clue what that's supposed to mean. I don't support clones unless the company doesn't make it anymore. Because if it's something that's like, well, no, better way of putting this, homage knives, where they don't make it anymore and another company takes over and makes it under their name, then I don't really mind. But if the product is still being made, then I don't think that anybody should be messing with something that's already being made. But that's just my opinion. Dude, I can't tell you how excited I'd be if Microtech came out with a mini MSI. Because the MSI is just too big, sitting at 3.9-inch blade and an overall length of like 9 inches. I can't do that. See, that kind of stuff I don't exactly mind all that much. If they're changing enough things to where it's not the exact same knife, then it's not a big deal to me. Let's see, what was I talking about? Oh, so this one's already too big for me, and it's only got a 3.5-inch blade, the Iridium. Microtech has the MSI, and that's a 3.9-inch blade, and this one I can barely close by myself, or I can barely close one-handed because of the way that I hold it. If they made an MSI with a 3-inch blade, a 3 to a 3.25-inch blade, I'd buy that thing in a heartbeat. I would literally sell. I'd probably sell a couple of my favorite knives to get that thing. But they don't, and I don't think they really care about us guys with smaller hands, which is unfortunate, but what do you do? If Microtech doesn't make it anymore, I can see why it makes sense. The other thing is, I'm not going to tell you what to carry and what not to carry. I'm not going to tell you what to buy and what not to buy. I wear medium-sized gloves and the fingers of the gloves are always too long, which is unfortunate, but you deal with it the way that you can. So that's why when I bring up that a knife fits my hand well, I say what size glove I wear. Because if you wear a large or an extra large, the knives I carry may not fit your hands well. And not these larger YouTubers don't do this. They don't tell you what size glove they wear or anything like that. They just say it's a big knife or my hands are big. They don't describe how big. So when I do a review on something and I say that it fits my hand well, I tell you what size glove I wear as well. But yes, I would also like gloves that fit. How you doing, Woodenator? So small gloves are just slightly too tight. Enough to where I can barely get my hand in there. So I pick medium gloves instead. If medium gloves had smaller fingers, they'd fit better. I don't have a whole lot going on today. I do, however, need to get off in about 30 minutes. So at 3:45 or so, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. But that's in 30 minutes, so what did you pick up, Woodenator? I'm curious what kind of taste you have. This right here is a great fidget knife for people with medium hands. This is a Gerber LST 400 series. I carried the launch one just fine. The only thing I have against the MSI specifically, like I can carry large knives. The problem with the MSI and things like that are specifically the lock. Because it's this lock where you have to pull back. You have to figure out a way to squish your hand or squeeze the knife in your hand to pull it back. And doing that with the MSI is just uncomfortable for me. Where something like, I know I have other crossbar locks around here somewhere. Like this. This one's easy because I press this into my hand while pulling back. No problems with this one. Actually, some of those Ozark Trail fixed blades look really, really nice. And I'm surprised with the quality they've started putting out in the past few months. This is another one where it's just right. It's just the right length. Because I can still push it against my palm to pull back on the blade or the lock bar. It just fits. And you can see it's just this part right here on the iridium that makes it not fit. But this blade is longer than this one. And that's why they do that. Now, the perfect knife on the table right here for my carry needs is the Terminus XR right here. This one was great during carry though. Yeah, the Ozark trails that they've been coming out with are pretty good. Now you got to keep in mind when we say OT here, OT typically means old timer. Old timer also makes knives. So that is something to keep in mind. Yes, the Benchmade bug out is also insanely overpriced because all you're getting is cheap plastic scales or FRN scales or whatever stupid shit they use, and a blade steel that you can get on anything else for cheaper. This one's about an inch shorter, and it's $80 less. Not that that's not overpriced either. This thing's insane, but sitting at $100 with S30V, just like the bug out. The bug out's overpriced, big time. I don't have a whole lot of S30Vs though, so I have noticed that it is a fairly expensive steel. Light switch. Oh, so what are we going to talk about next, guys? Come up with some topic that revolves around knives, preferably. Yeah, the Hogue Deca is probably the best bang for your buck at around the 150 mark. And I don't own one, but it really is probably the most bang for your buck. I only own one knife with MagnaCut, and they're 200. The knife that I got is $200. I got it for 60. I still need to send it in. I can't afford shipping. I'm saving up for something, and this comes second. A little bit of blade play. I might go, well, I don't carry fixed blades, and I don't have any way to carry them regularly, so it's not going to be my thing. But I might just start carrying this thing again. Just because it has problems doesn't mean I can't carry it. Carry it until it breaks and then send it in and get a new one or something. I hope that the blade is able to be swapped out, because if I got a brand new one of these, I don't think I could carry it. This one has so many scratches and stuff on it that if it stayed the way it is, or with the same blade, I would definitely carry it. But the more I think about it, the more I wonder, do I want to keep the same blade? Would I rather have a blade with the rest of its life? Like right from the start? Because I bought that thing used anyway. You never know. And I suck at making decisions, so. Oh well. Is there a knife we can take apart while we sit here? I don't think there's a knife that we haven't taken apart on here. I take apart a lot of knives on live streams. This thing might go back up for sale. I had it up for sale not too long ago, and I carried it for a week, and after that carry week, I decided I kind of want to keep it. It's super comfortable. If you can get one of these things used, it's called a CRKT Thero. I do not have any Rosecraft knives. I can't afford them at the moment. They are a little bit pricey for what they are, but you also get really good quality control on those things. I have looked into them, and I would reach out, but they work with so many people. and I really don't want to bother them all that much. I'm going to be honest, I'm looking into Kaiser right now more than I am Rosecraft. Kaiser has a few of the things that I really want, specifically 154 CM, because I haven't really tested it all that much. Yeah, this one's a great knife. Hey, now that I have two tools, I can actually take this thing apart and clean it properly, because I never cleaned the other side. And now you guys can also see the way that I set things out when I take something apart. Yeah, the one I'm looking at is a an Amicus or something. I think the Amicus is the one that I'm looking for, because it's like $40 for 154 CM, and that's an insanely good deal. These have something interesting going on. Pop this out. Take this right there. Front plate come off. Take the blade out. I guess I can't take that apart. Yes, I can. I have a Leatherman here. I'm assuming an SD9 is a handgun. The hell is this? Looks like garbage. Take the stop pin out. Okay. Now don't ever squeeze these too hard, because if you do, then you can't put them back together. And I'm assuming it's a gun chambered in 9mm. Imagine that. Oh, I wonder what the 9 in SD9 stands for. I'm looking into a Ruger SR22 for daily carry, because I need something lightweight, and I'd prefer to use a 22 over a 9mm. Less recoil, stay on target better. And not that I want to carry, but world isn't as safe as it used to be when I was a kid. Yeah, I can't afford a Militaw. I have talked to them. I need to talk to them about this again. I don't know if they actually paid attention, but on B's live stream a while back when he was doing, he had what's his name from Kaiser. on stream, I brought up that I want a Kaiser Militaw that's smaller, and you can call it the Minotaur. And I just think that that's a good idea because I've got smaller hands and I'd prefer a knife that fits my hands. It's a lot of pieces on this knife. Yeah, the SD or the SR22 is a 10 round mag 22 LR, but you can get an extended base plate to make it 15. And it has a decocker. It's a hammer fired decocker with a safety at the same time. And used, they go for like $200. It's a ridiculously good deal for what you're getting in the gun. Plus, it's a Ruger, and they're well known for their reliability. I think the most comfortable grips I've ever felt was a CZ75, other than the Ruger SR22, because that one just fit my hand perfect. So, for anybody curious, this is a carbon fiber piece. It's just like 2 layers of carbon fiber or something. Really, really small piece of carbon fiber. Super thin. Vortex makes some really nice stuff. For the price, really good stuff. Ooh, let's not drop that. Okay. That goes there. Then we will go for this plate right here. Clean that off real quick. Yeah, external hammers are old school, but guess what? I've never had an external hammer firearm fail on me. So until I have one that fails on me, I will continue with wanting them. Yes, my dad owns a CZ Shadow 2. That thing is amazing. If you suck at shooting, it makes you better at shooting. And I don't suck at shooting, so I'm really, really good with that thing. Let's see here. Second one through here. Second barrel spacer right here. I haven't gotten my hands on a Canic yet. Okay. I think that's all good. I don't see any spacing or anything, so that looks good. Currently, we're taking part in cleaning CRKT Thero. And Vortex has, I think, the best policy on the best warranty. And the reason why they have the best warranty is all their dealers will say, if you, yes, I have had a striker fire pistol fail me before, so I'd much rather go with a hammer than a striker. Plus, the hammers look cooler anyway, so bite me. Where were we? Oh, Vortex. Vortex warranty is if you go outside and run it over with your truck and it doesn't work anymore, they'll just, you bring it right back in and they'll replace it. No questions asked. That's the big part. Let's see, this one. Yeah. We'll go with that. Yep, that's good. Okay. A little bit of oil right here. And here. Yeah. You don't always use the things you buy, unfortunately. I can attest to that, as there's quite a few knives that I've bought and never carried as well. Along with, we bought like, how much ammo did we bought? A lot of ammo, never used it. We need to get out shooting more. All right, come on. I know you fit. Bam. There. Okay. Stop pin goes in next, right up here. There we go. Next, we'll go ahead and clean this off with Q-tip. Yep. I can't tell you how many screwdrivers I've had that I've never used. A couple of, yeah, I've got a lot of tools that I've never used. Okay. That's put back together. Oil right here. On both sides. We're going to take this one off, wipe it off on my pants because it's easier. Stick it right back on. Yeah, but like ratchets, I've got so many freaking tools that I've never used. It's ridiculous. Next will be this top plate going on. Okay, that fit nicely. Next part is going to be this. Stick that right back in there. Sit it flat on there. Never heard of them. Then again, I'm more into knives than I am into guns. I also prefer iron sights over any other sights, so, and I can't afford EOTech. Okay, let's get this thing centered. Or do I need to do this side? Sit here and mess around with it for a bit. Got about 5 minutes before we're going to close down the stream. The only sight I have that isn't iron sights is a BSA Sweet 22 on my 22 rifle. So I got a Savage Mark II FVSR. So that thing's suppressor ready with a 2.5 pound trigger. And the perfect length of pull for me. And brand new, they're $250. But yeah, Savage Mark II FVSR for $250 back when you couldn't get them. You can get them everywhere now, but MSRP was $250 at the time for a rifle, a 22 rifle with a 2.5 pound trigger. There we go. How you doing, Ziggy? Stream's gonna end here pretty soon. Once my phone tells me that I'm gonna end the stream. It's about 3 minutes from now. We've been sitting here talking about guns for a bit. I don't think I've ever heard of them. Yeah, dude, that rifle from factory has the lightest trigger I've ever seen. And the thing's a freaking tack driver. I can shoot out 12 gauge shotgun primers, like shotgun shell primers, from 100 yards without hitting the rest of the shell. It's just the primer that's gone. It is accurate. It's also the cheapest gun that we own that's to fire because it doesn't like the expensive stuff. It only likes the cheap ammo. We'll see you later, Arizona. Have a good one. Yeah, the Shadow 2 that we've got, it's got a 3.5 pound trigger. It's almost too light, but I enjoy mine at 2.5 pounds because yeah, no, I just prefer the regular iron sights. Unless it's a rifle, then I just go for a scope because red dots aren't my thing. Not that I'm bad with them. I just prefer stuff that doesn't take batteries. If there's ever a chance that you're stranded or something, I don't want to need batteries. Yep, you have a good one. We will see you later. And I got about half a minute or so left. So go ahead and start winding it down now. And hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Wasn't a very busy stream today. Didn't have too many people. Had a good time though. Cleaned a knife. Got a few sharper knives. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you later, Ronnie.